I accidentally gave a gift meant for my longtime bias to his teammate. I was about to explain everything to the staff when I heard my bias, Jiang ran, laugh under his breath. Another handmade trinket, he said. I cannot even be bothered to toss it out myself. Then he added something even worse, asking why broke fangirls insisted on acting like real supporters. He said it was pathetic. His words hit me so hard I stopped moving. Right then, his teammate Zhou crouched down, picked up the little gift box, brushed it off, and tucked it against his chest. A moment later, he posted on social media. How could I ever work hard enough to deserve fans this thoughtful? I will keep this in my heart forever. Heart. Ah. So this was what it felt like to be appreciated. Fine then. I would support the idol who actually valued people. Later on, when Jiang Ran discovered that the box he had dismissed contained the lead actor contract for a billion-dollar film, he completely lost control. He spammed his account for hours claiming a fan had delivered it to the wrong member, even called the police trying to force Zhou to return it. When I first heard Jiang Ran speak like that, my head went empty. I had supported him for nearly a year. I had traveled around the country following his shows. I had quietly sent him private gifts that easily added up to more than $1 million. I never imagined he would react with that level of disgust. It was the opposite of the polite, gentle figure he showed in public, so for a moment I honestly wondered if I had done something wrong. Was my handmade gift really such an eyesore? I understood he had high expectations. The group Lum was underrated, but he was the center, borderline A-list. It made sense he wanted the best. I was about to find his assistant, so I could explain the mix-up and give him his actual present when a new notification appeared. Zhou had posted again. Lum_Zhou. How could I ever work hard enough to deserve fans this thoughtful? I will remember this forever. Heart. I stared at the picture for a long moment. He was holding the little box with both hands, smiling quietly, completely unaware anything was wrong. My mood twisted a little. Zhou was just as handsome as Jiang Ran, with solid vocals and great dance skills. But the industry was harsh. Talent alone never guaranteed popularity, and Jiang Ran's spotlight overshadowed everyone around him. Through the one-way glass, I watched Zhou prepare to leave. He placed my gift carefully into a suitcase, alongside a few other small fan items. Suddenly, I could not bring myself to take it back. He looked too sincere. Whatever. The 999 paper cranes inside had no name written on them, only little blessings on the back. As for the contract hidden under the false bottom, that could be solved easily. I would just go home and tell my father, the CEO, not to sign the final agreement. The contract would be void. As I hesitated, Jiang Ran and his group came out of the room. He was still complaining as they walked together. Look at you. Fussing like it is your first present, he muttered at Zhou. Zhou stayed quiet. The others smirked, like they had seen this 1,000 times. A sour heaviness settled in my stomach. I turned to leave, but my phone buzzed. It was Jiang Ran. Sis, did you not say you had a surprise for me? Where is it? You forgot? You have 1 hour to bring it to my hotel room. And, to make it up to me, add that limited edition bag I sent you last week. I blinked at the screen. I had gotten his private contact 3 months ago from his assistant after returning from Paris Fashion Week. I had sent him 3 pairs of exclusive runway sneakers, and he had posted about them multiple times. But he was always distant, usually only replying with a short thanks. He had never once texted me first. I did not understand why he was so irritated now, so I sent a simple question mark. I stood in the crowd with my mask on, watching him walk past. He kept staring at his phone, brows knitted, fingers moving quickly. No message came. Since I had promised him a surprise, I figured I should explain. I typed out a short explanation of the mix-up. When I pressed send, a bright red exclamation mark appeared. He had blocked me. He did not even give me a chance to speak. I had supported him for an entire year. Travel, tickets, hotel stays, online events, streaming, and all the useless endorsements I bought to help his numbers. I had probably spent close to $1 million in private gifts alone. And because one gift was not delivered on time, he cut me off without hesitation. Heat rose in my chest. I grabbed my phone to text my best friend, only for social media to explode again. Jiang Ran had posted. Jiang Ran, please, no need to send extravagant gifts next time, okay? What really counts is the thought. The connection between us is two-way. It's not measured in money. /love. The photo attached showed him standing before a mountain of luxury brand boxes, while a smaller pile of simpler gifts was carelessly stacked in a corner. Ha! really playing that two-faced act. The anger I had barely contained surged back. His fan club, The Fuel, immediately flooded the comments with praise. Jiang Ran and his Fuel are forever a two-way street. Appa, you're making me cry. I see my gift. Finally, my bias notices. I couldn't help but laugh. 10 minutes ago, I would have been one of them. But now? I couldn't relate at all to who I had been. Was I insane? How had I ever admired him? Disillusionment hit me in an instant. Fine. At least I had seen his real self. My energy was no longer worth wasting on him. I was about to unfollow him and delete the app when I noticed comments mocking Zhou Yao. LOL, same group, but one teammate is so pathetic he posts about cheap gifts while our C position's warehouse overflows. Hilarious. Ugh. The others must be jealous and bully our Appa. They need to know their place. When will the rest just disband? Stop leeching off Appa's fame. If they weren't holding him back, Jiang Ran would be a global superstar. Hope they all disappear tonight so they stop draining him. Thousands of likes. Rage flared again. Yes, Jiang Ran was talented. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been a fan. But he wasn't that great. His breakout hit? Zhou Yao had written it. The company just handed it to Jiang Ran to perform. The other members were talented too, and never stole the spotlight. They were professionals. I couldn't stand watching a humble, capable guy get disrespected. Even if Zhou Yao's gratitude was performative, he tried. Impulsively, I returned to Zhou Yao's post and left a comment. Appa, that gift is for me. Check the bottom layer, there's a surprise. Winky face. After posting, I called my best friend to rant while my driver drove me home. For the next 2 hours, we tore Jiang Ran apart in detail. When I checked my phone again, it had exploded. Zhou Yao had DM'd me. Zhou Yao. Thank you. I'll check for the surprise at the hotel. So many paper cranes, it must have taken forever. I opened a few, and every blessing inside is different. Honestly, I feel unworthy of these wishes, but I'll do my best to live up to them. Something soft stirred inside me. I had sent Jiang Ran countless gifts, yet never received this kind of heartfelt appreciation. I replied simply, keep it up, then logged off. The comments under my post were full of haters. Who even sends handmade crap anymore? A pile of paper, and he posts it. Fan and bias both. Zero class. I felt a surge of irritation. I didn't even respond, just screenshotted it and sent it to my assistant. Have my lawyer handle these. I was done with fan culture. I deleted the app. Then my WeChat blew up. Jiang Ran, who had blocked me hours ago, was now spamming messages. What is wrong with you? You don't send me a gift and you give one to my teammate? I wouldn't have known if I hadn't seen your logo on his box. Switched biases? At least pick someone better, not a flop. And your surprise? Just a desperate old woman trying to get attention. Without those sneakers, do you think I'd ever have contacted you? Since you switched, don't ever claim you stand me. It's embarrassing. Every gift I sent had my private seal, a tiny bamboo shoot marking it. Song Xizhu. He actually thought I was some desperate old woman? I shook and sent back a single question mark. Red exclamation mark. Blocked. Again. He rage texted me, but I couldn't respond. The audacity. I screen recorded the chat. He had left a perfect trail. I wasn't done. 3 days ago, my family's company finalized the acquisition of Lum's agency, Starlight Entertainment. I had planned to give Jiang Ran the company's best resources. Now? Forget it. I called my dad and told him everything. He was furious. Dad, don't ban him, I said. He can keep making money. Let him work for it. But as for resources, give them to someone who actually appreciates it. My father, the seasoned businessman, agreed. I hung up, finally calm. Then my phone buzzed again, my best friend. Xizhu. Zhou Yao is frantically trying to find you. He said someone sent him an enormous gift and he has to talk to them. The company and manager are posting, trying to track you. Your comment is blowing up. Sleepiness vanished. He had found the contract. And just then my phone rang. It was Jiang Ran. I picked up the call, put it on speaker, and started recording. A frantic, tear-soaked voice burst through the line. Sis, bamboo sis, I messed up. I was wrong, so wrong. I shouldn't have blocked you. I was stressed. I wasn't thinking. I'm trash, I know I am. I stayed silent and listened. That gift, that huge gift, it was for me, right? Right? Zhou Yao doesn't deserve it. He's irrelevant. Giving him something that important ruins the meaning. Sis, please talk to your dad. Get the contract back. I'll kneel if you want. I'll do anything. I finally spoke. My voice was ice cold. Jiang ran. How do you even have the guts to call me? Didn't you call me a desperate old woman?
No.
I didn't mean it. My mouth is filthy. I say stupid things, sis. Please, be the bigger person. Don't take it to heart. Didn't you tell me to pick someone better instead of a flop? He's not a flop. Zhou Yao is my closest brother. I was just jealous. Jealous he got a fan as amazing as you. Pathetic excuses. It's too late, I said. The contract already has his name on it. And our company doesn't keep artists with no integrity. I ended the call and blocked him for good this time. Then I checked social media. It was pure chaos. Hashtag Zhou Yao $1 billion contract. Hashtag Starlight seeking mysterious fan. Hashtag Jiang ran meltdown. Zhou Yao and Starlight's official account were tagging my burner profile nonstop. And Jiang ran 5 minutes before he called me. He had posted a flood of messages. He claimed his longtime fan sister had sent him a heartfelt gift that was snatched by his teammate. He said he was devastated and begged that sister to see his pain, even asking Zhou Yao to return what doesn't belong to him. He even posted a selfie with swollen, red eyes. His fandom exploded. They stormed Zhou Yao's page. Thief, give back what isn't yours. Our Appa treated you so well. You traitor. A flop resorting to stealing gifts? Gross. At Zhou Yao, return it, or we'll bury your career. Zhou Yao's thank you post turned into a battlefield. Something in me snapped.
Fine.
If he wanted drama, I'd give him a show he'd never forget. I logged into my burner account and uploaded all the screenshots and recordings of his messages. Caption. At Jiang ran relax, bro. I just changed biases. Has nothing to do with him. He didn't call me a desperate old woman or say I was embarrassing. Smiley face. I tagged Starlight Entertainment and my father's personal account. Then I tossed my phone onto the bed. He wanted to fight, but he had shown up with a butter knife to a nuclear strike. My post was so explosive the servers crashed for half an hour. When the platform finally revived, the trending list had been rearranged completely. Hashtag Jiang ran persona collapse booming. Hashtag Jiang ran fan abuse audio booming. Hashtag song Xizhu booming. Hashtag justice for Zhou Yao hot. Hashtag Starlight new. My little burner account jumped to 3 million followers overnight. My inbox looked like a riot. This is the drama of the decade. He talked like that to his biggest sponsor? Legendary stupidity. At least pick someone better. Not a flop. I can't breathe. The bamboo stamp. Wait, is that song Xizhu? He insulted his new boss's daughter. I thought he was dumb. Turns out he's professionally dumb. Meanwhile, Jiang Ran's fandom was collapsing under the weight of the truth. The company moved fast, almost too fast. Starlight Entertainment official statement. Starlight Entertainment is now a full subsidiary of Song Corporation. Due to severe misconduct, Mr. Jiang Ran's activities are suspended indefinitely. We proudly announce the approval of our 1 billion S-class film, Heaven's Ask, starring Mr. Zhou Yao. We thank Ms. Song Xizhu for her investment and leadership. My father even reposted it with a comment. Whatever my daughter decides, Song Corporation stands behind her. Bully her, deal with us. That was checkmate. Zhou Yao, on the other hand, was panicking in my messages. Sister, is this real? A billion-dollar movie with me? I'm not worthy. This is too much. Sis, am I just part of your revenge? If I am, please. I don't want to be used like that. Even now, he was trembling at the thought. My heart softened. I typed back. It's not revenge. It's because I genuinely admire you. Let's talk in person. Are you free? His reply came instantly.
Yes.
Anytime. Tell me where you are. I'll be there right away. I chose a private cafe my family owned in the financial district. Neutral ground, but secure. My assistant had already cleared the space and posted security outside. Zhou Yao arrived 20 minutes early, dressed simply in a black sweater and jeans, a mask covering half his face. When he spotted me in the corner booth, he hesitated, then walked over with careful steps, like he was afraid of breaking something. He sat down across from me and immediately pulled off his mask. His face was bare of the usual idol makeup, and I could see the exhaustion around his eyes. Miss Song, he said quietly, I don't know how to thank you, but I need to know why. I had prepared an answer, something diplomatic about recognizing talent. But sitting across from him, Seeing the genuine confusion and vulnerability in his expression, I found myself being honest instead. Because you treated a stranger's gift with more respect than someone I supported for a year ever showed me. His eyes widened slightly. Those paper cranes took me 3 weeks to fold. I continued. 999 of them, each with a different blessing. I wrote them while traveling between cities for his concerts. And he called them trash without even opening the box. Zhou Yao's hands clenched on the table. He's always been like that. With fans, with us. The company protects him because he brings in money, so he thinks he's untouchable. Not anymore, I said simply. A waiter brought tea. Zhou Yao wrapped his hands around the cup, but didn't drink. The contract, he said finally. $1 billion production. Lead role. That's career-defining. Life-changing. But if I take it, everyone will say I only got it because of connections. Because his ex-fans switched to me out of spite. Let them say it.
You don't understand.
In this industry, perception is everything. If people think I'm successful because of nepotism or revenge plots, it'll destroy any credibility I've built. I've worked for 7 years to be taken seriously as an artist, not just as Jiang Rant's teammate. His voice cracked on the last words. I realized this wasn't false humility. This was genuine fear. Then prove them wrong, I said. Take the role and be so good they can't deny your talent. The contract gets you through the door. Your performance keeps you in the room. What if I fail? What if you succeed? He looked at me for a long moment, something shifting in his expression. Then, unexpectedly, he smiled. A real smile, not the practiced idol version. You're different from what I expected, he said. When I saw your logo on the gift box, I looked you up. Song Xizhu, heiress, Fashion Week regular, college degree from Cambridge. I thought you'd be colder, more corporate. I can be corporate when needed. But you folded 999 paper cranes by hand. I did. And wrote different blessings on each one. Yes. I've read about 200 so far, he said softly. They're all so thoughtful. May you find joy in small moments. May your hard work be recognized. May you know your worth. It's like you actually cared about me as a person, not just as an idol. Something warm bloomed in my chest, dangerous and unexpected. I support people who deserve it, I said, keeping my voice steady. You do.
His phone buzzed.
He glanced at it, and his expression darkened. Jiang ran. The group chat. Everyone's panicking. The company suspended all our activities until this settles. The other members are angry at him, but also scared about their futures.
Guilt pricked at me.
I didn't mean to hurt the others. You didn't hurt anyone. He did. Zhou Yao's voice was firm. We've been covering for him for years. His tantrums, his rudeness to staff, the way he treats fans like ATMs. We all knew, but no one wanted to rock the boat. Maybe this needed to happen. What will you do about the group? I don't know yet. But first, I want to focus on this film. If you're willing to take a chance on me, I'll give it everything I have. I promise you won't regret it. The sincerity in his voice was almost painful. I know I won't, I said. We talked for 2 more hours. About the film, about his career goals, about the industry's harsh realities. When we finally stood to leave, Zhou Yao hesitated, then bowed deeply. Thank you, Miss Song, for seeing me.
Call me Xizhu, I said.
And Zhou Yao. Yes. Keep those paper cranes safe. Consider them a contract between us, not the legal kind. The kind that actually matters. His eyes glistened. He nodded and left quickly, mask back in place. I sat back down, my tea long cold. My phone showed thousands of notifications, but I ignored them all. For the first time in a year, I felt like I'd made the right choice. The next 2 weeks were chaos. Jiang Rant's career imploded spectacularly. Brands dropped him within hours of my post going viral. His endorsement deals, worth tens of millions, vanished overnight. His fandom fractured, with many longtime supporters publicly burning their merchandise and posting apology videos to Zhou Yao. The audio recordings I'd released were damning. Entertainment news programs analyzed every word. Desperate Old Woman became a meme. His image as the gentle, humble idol shattered completely. He tried to salvage things with a tearful live stream apology, but it backfired when someone leaked backstage footage of him cursing at his manager seconds before going live. The contrast between his sobbing on-camera persona and his real behavior was devastating. Starlight Entertainment stock price, now under Song Corporation's management, actually rose. Investors liked the strong stance on ethics my father's company promoted. Lum as a group entered an indefinite hiatus. The other 3 members, good kids who'd been overshadowed for years, were offered solo opportunities by the company. 2 accepted. 1 decided to return to school. Throughout it all, Zhou Yao stayed quiet. He didn't gloat, didn't comment, didn't engage with the circus. He simply posted once. Lum_Zhou Yao. I'll work hard to become someone worthy of your support. Thank you for giving me a chance to prove myself. Classy.
Mature.
Everything Jiang ran wasn't. I focused on work, transitioning into my new role overseeing Song Corporation's entertainment division. My father had officially announced me as creative director, giving me full authority over artist management and project development. Heaven's Ask entered pre-production. I sat in on casting meetings, script revisions, location scouting. Zhou Yao was professional and hardworking, arriving early to every session, prepared with notes and questions. The director, a veteran named Chen Wei, pulled me aside after the first table read. Your instinct was right, he said. The kid's got something special. Raw, but special. If we can polish him properly, this might be the performance of the year. I felt an absurd amount of pride, like I discovered a hidden gem. But not everyone was happy. One evening, as I left the office, a figure emerged from the shadows of the parking garage. Jiang ran. He looked terrible. Weight loss, dark circles, unwashed hair hidden under a baseball cap. His expensive clothes hung loose on his frame. Xizhu, he said, and his voice was hoarse. Please. Just 5 minutes. My security team moved forward, but I held up a hand. It's fine. I'll handle this. We stood under the fluorescent lights, the hum of electricity filling the silence. I lost everything, he said finally. Everything. My contracts, my fans, my reputation. The company dropped me. I can't even get a meeting with a third-tier agency. I'm blacklisted. You did this to yourself. I know. His voice cracked. I know, okay? I was arrogant and cruel, and I took everything for granted. I treated people like garbage because I thought I was untouchable. I was wrong. Why are you here? Because I'm sorry. Genuinely sorry. Not because I want something from you. I know that ship has sailed, but because you deserved better. You were nothing but generous to me, and I spat on it. I studied his face, looking for the manipulation I'd seen before. But there was only exhaustion and defeat. I accept your apology, I said quietly. But it doesn't change anything. You made your choices. Now you live with the consequences. I know. I needed you to know that I understand now. What I lost wasn't just a career. It was the respect of people who genuinely cared about me. And that's worth more than any endorsement deal. He turned to leave, then paused. Zhou Yao's lucky. Not because of the contract or the opportunities, but because you actually see him as a person. I never understood that when I had it. I hope he does. Then he walked away, disappearing into the night. I stood there for a long time, feeling something complicated and heavy settle in my chest. Closure, maybe. Or just the final acknowledgement that the person I'd admired never really existed at all. Heaven's Ask began filming in March, on location in the mountains of Yunnan province. I wasn't supposed to be on set. Creative directors typically oversaw projects from offices, but I convinced my father I needed hands-on experience. The truth was I wanted to see Zhou Yao work. The film was a historical drama about a scholar who challenges corrupt officials and pays the ultimate price for his integrity. Heavy material, demanding performance. Zhou Yao threw himself into it completely. I watched him transform. The idle polish fell away, replaced by something raw and genuine. He trained with movement coaches to change his posture, worked with dialect experts to perfect the period speech patterns, spent hours with a costume team understanding how the clothing would affect his character's physicality. Director Chun was impressed. He's a sponge, he told me during a break. Absorbs everything, never complains, always asks how he can do better. If I didn't know better, I'd think he'd been doing serious dramatic work for years. He's motivated, I said. He's scared, Chun corrected. Terrified of failing you. He talks about you constantly. Miss Song trusted me. I can't let her down. It's sweet, but also concerning. He needs to perform for himself, not for your approval. That observation stuck with me. That evening, I found Zhou Yao alone in the hotel courtyard, running through his lines for the next day's execution scene. The most crucial moment in the film, where his character faces death with dignity. You're going to over-rehearse, I said, stepping into the light. He jumped, then smiled sheepishly. Xizhu, I didn't hear you. I'm stealthy. How are you feeling about tomorrow? Terrified. Excited. Sick to my stomach. He laughed shakily. This scene could make or break the entire film. If I mess it up. You won't. But if I do. Zhou Yao. I sat down beside him, on the stone bench. Can I tell you something? He nodded. I didn't give you this role to trap you in debt to me. I gave it to you because you're talented enough to carry it. But if you spend the entire production worried about my opinion instead of trusting yourself, you'll never reach your full potential. I just don't want to disappoint you. You couldn't. You know why? He looked at me, moonlight catching in his dark eyes. Because you've already proven what matters most, that you respect the craft, you respect the people around you, and you respect yourself enough to work hard. Everything else is just details. You make it sound so simple. It is simple. You're the one making it complicated. He was quiet for a moment, then laughed. A real laugh, light and genuine. You're right. I'm overthinking. Catastrophically overthinking. In my defense, this is the biggest opportunity of my life. And it won't be the last. Trust me. We sat in comfortable silence, the night air cool and clean. Somewhere in the distance, crickets sang. Xizhu. Thank you. Not just for the contract, but for this. Treating me like a person, not just an investment. Something warm twisted in my chest. Dangerous territory. That's what you deserve, I said softly. He looked at me then, really looked at me, and for a breathless moment I thought. His phone rang. The moment broke. Sorry, it's my mom, he said, answering quickly. Mama? Yes, I'm eating properly. No, I'm not working too hard. Yes, I'll send photos. I excused myself quietly, leaving him to his conversation. Back in my room, I stood by the window, watching the mountain's silhouette against the stars. This was getting complicated. I needed to be careful. Zhou Yao was my artist, my project, my professional responsibility. Anything else would be a terrible idea. I repeated that to myself several times, trying to make it stick. 6 months later, Heaven's Ask premiered at the Shanghai International Film Festival. The buzz was already massive. Advanced screenings had generated incredible word of mouth. Critics who'd been skeptical about Zhou Yao's casting were eating their words. I wore a custom black qipao with delicate bamboo embroidery, a subtle nod to my signature stamp, and arrived at the red carpet alone. My father was in Hong Kong on business, so I'd represent Song Corporation solo. The press went wild. Miss Song, how does it feel to produce your first film? Miss Song, will you comment on the Jiang Ran situation? Miss Song, is it true you and Zhou Yao are dating? I ignored that last one, smiling pleasantly as I made my way through. Inside the theater, I found my seat. Zhou Yao was doing interviews outside, so I had time to collect myself. The lights dimmed. The film began. For 2 hours, I forgot to breathe. Zhou Yao was transcendent. Every micro-expression, every subtle gesture, every line delivery, perfection. He didn't play the character. He was the character. The scene Chun had worried about, the execution, was so emotionally devastating that I heard people openly crying in the audience. When the credits rolled, there was a stunned silence. Then the theater erupted in applause. People stood, cheering. The director was called to the stage. Then the supporting cast. Finally, Zhou Yao. He looked overwhelmed, eyes shining with unshed tears as the applause continued. Thank you, he said into the microphone, voice shaking. Thank you to Director Chen, to the cast and crew, to Starlight Entertainment and Song Corporation for believing in this project. And especially to Miss Song Xizhu, who gave me a chance when no one else would. I will never forget that kindness. The camera panned to me. I smiled and nodded, trying to look professional and not like my heart was pounding out of my chest. The after-party was at a luxury hotel downtown. Industry veterans, critics, investors, everyone wanted to talk to Zhou Yao, to me, to anyone associated with the film. This is going to sweep award season, one producer told me. Mark my words, Zhou Yao's winning Best Actor. He deserves it, I said simply. I lost track of Zhou Yao in the crowd, caught up in conversations about future projects, about Song Corporation's vision for the entertainment division, about my role as creative director. Hours later, I escaped to the rooftop terrace, needing air. Shanghai sprawled below, lights glittering like a circuit board. The autumn wind was cool against my skin. Hiding. I turned. Zhou Yao stood in the doorway, bow tie loosened, jacket slung over his shoulder. He looked exhausted and exhilarated and unbearably handsome. Recharging, I corrected. You should be inside networking. I networked enough for one lifetime tonight. He joined me at the railing. Everyone wants meetings now. Agents, directors, brand representatives. It's overwhelming.
Get used to it.
After tonight, you're going to be very, very busy. Because of your faith in me. Because of your talent. I just opened the door. You walked through it. He was quiet for a moment, looking out at the city. Do you remember what you said to me? About the paper cranes being a contract between us. I remember. What kind of contract, exactly? My heart stuttered. What do you mean? He turned to face me fully, and there was something vulnerable and brave in his expression. I mean, I've spent 6 months working with you. Getting to know you not just as my boss or my benefactor, but as a person. You're brilliant and kind, and you see people so clearly. You changed my entire life, not just my career. And I. Zhou Yao. I like you, he said simply. Not as a fan likes an idol, but as a person likes another person. And I need to know if that's completely insane, or if there's any chance you might. He trailed off, searching my face. I should have shut it down immediately. Professional boundaries. Power dynamics. 1,000 reasons why this was a terrible idea. But standing there, with Shanghai glowing beneath us and this genuine, talented, kind man looking at me like I hung the moon, I couldn't. It's not insane, I said softly. His eyes widened. It's not. It's complicated and potentially problematic, and we have to be very careful, but it's not insane. So there's a chance? I smiled despite myself. There's a chance. The hope that bloomed across his face was almost painful to witness. I'll wait, he said quickly. However long you need. I know the power dynamics are complicated. I know people will say things. I know. Zhou Yao. Yes. Stop overthinking again. He laughed, that genuine sound I'd come to treasure.
Right. Sorry.
Habit. Let's take it slow, I said. Get through award season. Let the dust settle. See how we feel when things are less insane. Okay. He smiled, soft and sincere. Thank you, Xizhu, for everything. Thank you for being worth it. We stood there together, the city breathing below us, and for the first time in a long time, the future felt full of possibility.